Ayo. TSN, what?
Close enough. I like it.
Thank you. Thank you.
What is up, Tiger Sports fans? Welcome back to Tiger Sports Nation. My name is Ajay Keys.
My name is Emma Carey, and I think I'm wearing the wrong type of helmet. Thanks for tuning in to the last TSN of the semester. Honestly, how crazy. We have quite the show planned out for you, so make sure to stick around as we talk about the latest and greatest of DePauw sports.
So, to start off tonight's show, we have to give it up to the football team. DePauw never quits. DePauw never quits. And that certainly was the case during the 125th Monon Bell Classic this Saturday.
In the opening possession, the 20th ranked Wabash took advantage of the passing game that no one really knew they had, putting the Little Giants up 7-0.
The Wabash rush offense is nationally ranked, but so is our rush defense. So we saw more throwing out of Wabash than usual. That eventually caught up to them, starting with sophomore Dylan Hyatt, who picked off the long throw in the end zone.
This marks Hyatt's first collegiate interception in maybe Julia. They ought to think about moving him to a receiver as he ran it all the way back to DePauw's 41st.
Unfortunately, the Tigers were unable to capitalize, and after an exchange of punts, Wabash forced a fumble and put the Tigers down 14-0. But Emma, what is the Tigers' motto?
DePauw never quits.
I said, what's the motto?
DePauw never quit!
There it is! Woo!
Thanks for the hype, bro.
Welcome.
Anyways, down
Welcome,
14-0, the Tigers quickly responded with a 27-yard run from quarterback Andres.
A few plays later, we see Andres throw to Potashine, which looks like a touchdown. However, the officials ruled him at the 1-yard line. So I'm not trying to call names, but who remembers when the officials called the 2-point conversion good last year when Wabash was at the 1-yard line? I know I remember, and let me tell you, it's very hard to forget because that was horrible. Bad.
She isn't salty one bit. The Tigers try again with DeMarco Henry through the middle, but they called him inches from the end zone.
Luckily, the ball never lies, and in a risky throw on 4th and goal, Andres found Hunt. The Tigers making it clear to the officials that the ball was clearly in the end zone. The score was then 14-7.
Later on in the game, the Tigers found themselves at a 3rd and 5 situation. Down 17-7 in the second quarter, Michael Grace with the catch in between two Wabash players. Way to go, Michael.
In the second half, Hyatt came in clutch with his second interception of the day, followed by Brody Good's interception on the next possession. Jake Tanner's field goal put the Tigers at 24-17, resulting in the final score of the day.
Lost in all, the game day hype, the rivalry was truly an incredible story. Take a look at this.
Wabash alumni Scott Smallstig posted on his Facebook the Sunday after the game. Perhaps lost among the hype, shenanigans, and even the outcome of the 125th Wabash versus DePauw Monon game is a story that exemplifies the heart and class that this game is played with on the field. The story has something to do with Matt Labus running out onto the field in a different number than usual for the Monon Classic last weekend. Instead of sporting his usual 22, he had number 32 on his back. This was in no means an accident, but a beautiful tribute to his friend, Evan Hansen. Smallston explains, just 6 weeks ago, Evan Hansen, Wabash's star multi-year starting middle linebacker, took his own life. As is too often the case, the signs were well masked, and the tragedy hit his family, friends, and teammate with a force thousands of times greater than one of Evan's bone-rattling hits. This included DePauw quarterback Matt Labus, who was a high school buddy and teammate of Hansen's. The two were co-captains at Huron High School in 2014 and have remained close during their college years. So, it only made sense to honor his friend at the game by wearing Evan's number 32. Smallstig remembers the moment as an incredible tribute, stating DePauw's senior quarterback, Matt Labus, who had played with Evan at Huron Catholic, had been dealing with his friend's death on top of his own obstacles, which included tearing his ACL in the first game of the season. This was the second time in 2 years that Labus tore his ACL, but Labus decided to put his surgery off until later this year and take the risk. That in itself is incredible, and speaks to how much this game means to the combatants. But here's where it gets better. Matt ran onto the field for his first series wearing Evan's number 32 in honor of his friend and former football brother. It was an incredibly sobering, literally, moment for me, and I'm sure others as well. But not only did he wear the number 32, Matt competed like a champion for as long as he could. He threw passes, took hits, and yes, ran the ball into the vaunted Wabash defense as long as his knee would hold up. When his knee eventually and inevitably gave out, I teared up. Then I stood up and applauded this thoughtful, valiant, incredible young man. Smallstig admits that he also has been caught up in the hype, shenanigans, and the outcome a bit too much at times. I think sometimes we all get caught up in the rivalry. DePauw never quits and Wabash always fights. But Labus's tribute and Smallstig's words resonated with all of us as he reminds us to love one another and to love your neighbor.
Long before the cannonball traveled through her towns, the state of Indiana.
That's a heartwarming story, honestly. A very meaningful gesture from Labus to put on number 32 for his last game to honor his Wabash friend. He put on a truly remarkable performance and showed unwavering effort that the number 32 on his back.
DePauw never quits and Wabash always fights. Truly a great story about how the two rivalry teams came together.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So to all the seniors on the DePauw football team, thank you for your 4 years of hard work, grit, and dedication to the football team. Your efforts will never, never be forgotten, and your presence on the field will definitely be missed.
And now some fun facts from the game. Sophomore Dylan Hyatt's 2 interceptions last Saturday were the most by a DePauw player in a Bell game since 2008, and he's only a sophomore. And Jake Tanner's field goal in the third marked his 15th of the season, tying the single-season score record held by Marco Adams from 2016.
Andy Hunt's 191 all-purpose yards were the most by a DePauw player since he had 200 in 2015. Hunt finished second in DePauw history with 4,240 career all-purpose yards, 2,994 receiving yards, and 219 receptions. Andy Hunt, what a career. I thank you and the rest of the Tigers. I honestly think you deserve a standing ovation.
Yeah. Wow, incredible. And all of the excitement from the Monon game. Did you watch the women's volleyball game?
Last Thursday, the Tigers faced a 2-1 deficit in the opening round of the NCAA Division III Championship against Hope, but the Tigers rallied for a 4th and 5th set win and toppled the 15th ranked Hope College. The win sent the Tigers to the second round of the NCAA tournament, where the Tigers took on conference foe Wittenberg.
The Tiger season unfortunately came to an end in that second round of the tournament. Suzanne Peters talked to the press after the loss to Wittenberg. Let's take a look.
It's been a crazy ride, and I wouldn't trade a second for anything. It's crazy that it's over. It's crazy that we got to come here for these last 2 games and just leave it all on the court. And so the experience has really been unlike any other, and it's taught me so much, and I'm so glad that I can take everything away from it.
Sue said it perfectly. The Tigers bowed out of the tournament in the second round, knowing that they left everything they had on the court.
What a great season by the volleyball team. Now let's talk about another impressive team on the campus. The men and women's cross-country teams competed in the NCAA regional tournament last weekend. Freshman Jenny Knoll paced the Tigers and finished 21st among runners from 33 different schools.
She's incredible. There's a lot to look forward to from the women's cross-country team. She led the Tigers all year as a freshman. Incredible.
And a lot to look forward to for this Saturday with the men's cross-country team. Their impressive performance at the NCAA regional tournament earned them a trip to the NCAA championship. That is their second straight invite. That's impressive.
Go men's cross-country. As Jake said, they're coming off of a successful weekend. Paul Christians finished second and was followed by Zach Batt and Cole Martin's top 15 finishes. DePauw finished third overall.
Good luck to you guys this weekend. The North Coast Athletic Conference released all NCAC honors for men's and women's soccer and field hockey this past week, and 9 DePauw athletes were featured. 9.
4 players on the field hockey team received an honor. Kate Milner led the Tigers and was second in conference with 19 goals. She was voted onto the All-NCAC first team along with Rose Revelinsky, who every team remembered as being a powerhouse in the middle field.
True. Freshman defender Maria Hewitt was a second-team honoree for her defensive work, and midfielder Kelsey Dorr earned honorable mention. Now that's some good work, ladies. Some good work.
Go Kelsey.
Yeah.
Women's soccer team junior midfielder Alex Berkeley was voted onto the NCAC second team for her impressive work in the midfield. Seniors Bailey Enris and Gail Enright received honorable mentions as well.
And Andrew Gold from the men's soccer team was named to the first team for his efforts anchoring the defense. Senior midfielder Justin Mitchell earned honorable mention after leading the team with 10 points.
Very deserving awards after all the hard work these athletes have put in all season.
And do you know what time of the year is now, Emma?
Winter's coming soon, but not soon yet.
It's basketball season! Women took on Augustana earlier today for their season opener. The Tigers received a preseason ranking of number 13 in the country for D3 basketball.
Duh. The men's basketball team also has their season opener today at Franklin, so.
That's true. Good luck to all the Tigers, all the athletes, and thank you for tuning in to Tiger Sports Nation. Thank you for a great semester, and as always, go Tigers!
Tigers!